Welcome back to the reload bench. So it's been 3 weeks since I've changed out the insoles in my boots, and I'm not happy with them. That first day that I wore them, I had no support at all. It felt like I was walking on thin, cheap, flimsy flip-flops. Like I had a sheet of cardboard underneath each foot. I mean, there was just no support. It was just flat, and my feet hurt. As a matter of fact, my feet have hurt for 3 weeks. Now, not as bad as they hurt with the worn out insoles. With those insoles, I had pain either in the front of my foot or the back of my foot. And it was, I don't want to call it intense pain, but it was strong. With these insoles over the 3 weeks, the pain has been all throughout my foot and not as strong. So it's not in any one spot. Now, I thought after the first week they would break in. So the second week, I kind of went into it optimistically. Now, the first, at the end of the first week, I decided to just give my feet a break, and I just wore tennis shoes. I didn't wear my boots that weekend. That second week, it was about the same results. It just wasn't getting any better. And I gave my feet a break that second weekend, did the same thing, just tennis shoes. The third week, I was going to add some insoles. Now, it might not work out with these because of how thick they are, but when I was on active duty, I used to use foam insoles. They weren't very thick, and there were times where I would double them up for support. These insoles are thicker than those, so it might not work, but during that week, I kind of went back and forth, and by the end of the week, my feet still hurt, and I said, I've got to do something. So as an experiment, I'm going to put in a second set of these Herman Survivors heavy-duty boot insoles on top of the other ones. After 3 weeks, they should be kind of broken in and kind of formed to the shape of my foot and the boot. And I'm going to see if that helps at all. I'm going to wear them for a week and come back and tell you if they made it more comfortable, if they provided the amount of support that I needed, if the pain went away, or if it was just too difficult to wear the boots, or it didn't do anything at all. My feet still hurt. All right, so I'll just take these out of the package and insert them into my boots. All right, see you in a week. All right, so it's been a week, 5 days at work, and I have to say that doubling up on the insoles overall seems to have helped. Now, right after I filmed the beginning, I put the boots on just to see how well they fit. They were snug like when they were new, but I didn't have to force my feet into the boots. I walked back and forth down here, and my feet hurt. It was uncomfortable. So I said, oh, this is going to take some time. They're going to have to break in. That first hour at work, that first Monday morning, my feet were sore. It was uncomfortable. But after that, they started to kind of form to my feet. It got a little bit more comfortable. By the end of the day, it wasn't too bad. And the next day, it was pretty good. All throughout the week, I was on my feet a lot. I was walking across the parking lot between the buildings. I was carrying heavy stuff. I was doing some climbing, things like that. I mean, that's kind of normal for facilities maintenance, but I really got a chance to to do some things with the boots to just see how well doubling up the insoles worked. And in this case, I think it worked out pretty good because by the end of the week, I was satisfied with it. I think that it's provided enough support. The pain has gone away. I actually, what's kind of weird is if I'm on my feet a lot, when I go to sit down at my desk, that's when my feet hurt. But then when I get on my feet again and start walking, that goes away. The same thing happened at the factory too. If I went back to the office to go do some paperwork, my feet would hurt. And if I just walked out on the floor, it went away. So that's something with my feet. I don't know if that happens with other people, but another thing I could have done maybe to make the one set of insoles work instead of doubling up on them is to put on dress socks underneath my wool socks. if you're doing a lot of hiking in rough terrain, or you're on your feet all day, wearing some of those dress socks underneath is going to make your feet more comfortable. It works in hot weather, works in cold weather. It's just something else that can be done. I didn't try that out. I didn't want to double up on socks, but when the weather gets cold, I might be doing that anyhow. And like I said in the beginning of the video, the original set of insoles had 3 weeks to form to the shape of the boots, 3 weeks to form to the shape of my feet. I don't think this would have worked well if I had taken 2 brand new sets of these Herman Survivor insoles and just shoved them in the boots and worn them from day one. I'm not suggesting that somebody wear insoles, uncomfortable insoles for 3 weeks to and hurt their feet, or just be uncomfortable just to get them to break in. But I just don't think it would have worked if I had used worked as well if I had just used 2 new ones from the get-go. So what I might just do for the remainder of the life of these boots is take out the top set of insoles and just replace them with new ones, and leave the bottom set in there since they're already contoured. So it was a fun little experiment to do, I guess you could say, or interesting experiment to do. And it's just something you can do if you're having trouble with new boots, old boots, with trying out new insoles, with buying whatever you can find to try to make your feet a little bit more comfortable while you're at work or you're out doing things recreationally. Thanks for watching.